Hello there, survivors! Welcome back to another video in ARK Survival Ascended. Today, I built this modern A-frame house on Extinction on one of the rooftops, and I think it turned out pretty nice. It's been a while since I did an A-frame, so I figured, you know, it's about time. This build should be totally possible without any mods. All I did was use a bunch of custom cosmetics to make it look a little bit nicer. But of course, there's easy ways to do this without custom cosmetics. You can just paint the structures instead, using mostly white and black to create that nice modern contrast. Or you can just use different materials to get a similar effect, like the metal roof, and then maybe the beams out of wood, the floors out of stone, stuff like that. You can easily transform your build as well. But I mean, there's really no reason not to try and use some custom cosmetics. You could probably do this entire build with the free modern structures custom cosmetic to get a really cool look, and maybe combine it a little with some painted structures. I in total used the modern structures custom cosmetics, the quantum custom cosmetics, which is a premium one, and I might have used a little bit of the factory skin inside for the decors, but yeah, most of it again should be possible completely with free custom cosmetics, or even without, if you just change a few things. With that being said, let's take a closer look at the full build. Let's take a little walk around, and if you want to see a build tutorial for this one, please let me know down in the comments below. And of course, if you like the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's get going. There we go, this little A-frame standing tall here on one of the rooftops of Extinction. Yeah, you could totally probably build like a little ladder or staircase up here if you want to live here. This is one of the locations in my video. It's right over here on the map. And yeah, I built a little A-frame. It's been a while. I wanted to do it, and especially using some of these modern structures custom cosmetics to really transform it into something cool. So yeah, we have the A-frame to one side and then a little house here to the other side. I think it turned out really nicely with this big contrast of the black and the white, and yeah, definitely you get some really nice looks with that. You can build this again without mods. All I did is I changed out the glass for Architect Structures Remastered glass, just because it looks a little bit cleaner. But there is actually a bunch of cool custom cosmetics that let you use glass as well if you do not have proper mods. Maybe if you're building this on official, whatever. So there's definitely ways around it, but yeah, it's a fun little build. It's like a little nice house that you could probably build quite early on, because of course, especially if you use custom cosmetics, it doesn't really matter at what material you build it of. Maybe not thatch, just because that's easily destroyed, but other than that, it really doesn't matter in the end. And yeah, we got a nice little view everywhere. We got some lovely balconies. Of course, being high up, you're gonna have some amazing views of the surrounding area. And yeah, there's still some more room here on the top as well to use as your base. So let's check out the full build. First of all, right over here, this is where we enter from, and I used one of these new kind of doors. If you didn't know, the cellar doors, so both the large and the behemoth ones, as well as normal ceiling cellar doors, can now also be placed as walls, either as hangar doors or like this as barn doors, giving you more options for different sizes of doors and gates. And that is pretty cool. And this was the first time that I used it as a proper door. So it's a little bit bigger than the normal double door and a different look. Then we go inside. We have one room over here with a decent amount of space inside for sure. Very clean looking. And then we have the main room over here with a bunch of storage in the corner. We got the fabricator here. We've got some of the dino related stuff here. We have an industrial forge, which just about fits inside the build. It's very tight, but it does fit. So yeah, you can have it inside and make sure you get all that metal easily smelted. Got a feeding trough, a smithy here. So yeah, this is kind of the main room with all the utilities, where you can hatch your dinos, maybe grow some of them up unless they get too big, but you'll have to cry on them in the end. We have some storage available here, and just a really cool view. I love this view. I love being this high up in the rooftops. I definitely would recommend it on Extinction to live a little bit higher. Because for one, you might be a little bit more in the quote-unquote eternal sun here. And also, yeah, you can just see a lot more. A lot of nice views, and usually it's also a little bit safer, right? It's a little bit safer higher up in the city than it is lower down. So yeah, definitely can recommend. So yeah, this is like the main crafting room, storage room. Maybe some of your dinos will be hanging out here as well. Got a teleporter and a travel station here. Yeah, I'm using the RR travel station. That's kind of like a transmitter, but way smaller, so it's just a little bit more convenient. Then we got more storage, the generator there in the corner, and then we got the staircase going up to the next level. Got the map on the wall, little place to hang out, little kitchen area as well with the cooker, fridge, the grill, some water available, and then the lovely balconies to really take in those views. And the advantage of an A-frame is you can walk on the roof, so you can definitely park some of your flies on top of there as well if you would need to. And then when we go inside, we have one more room, which is right over here, which kind of looks out over the crafting room a little bit with a glass wall. So kind of just to make sure that we had the room for the industrial forge. If you don't want that, you can of course just extend this level to make it a little bit bigger. And in here we have another smithy, personal cryo fridge, some storage, the tech sleeping pod with the skin, and then a bed here as well, and a little fireplace. So yeah, you know, just nice and cozy inside here. But yeah, I think it works. And of course we have a big rooftop window to get plenty of light inside. And then on this side we also have a nice balcony to enjoy our views. So yeah, I tried to go for the really modern look. I kind of like the black and white contrast. Of course you see that a lot for modern builds. I kind of debated going this modern or maybe using a little bit more wood in the design, but you know, I figured for this time I would go very, very modern for the A-frame to really make it stand out against the other builds that I've done so far. But yeah, it's a fun little build to get you started. It's definitely not too difficult to build this. So it should be possible quite early on, and you don't need that many materials. And especially, of course, as I said, if you use custom cosmetics, of course, that always makes your life a little bit easier, because it doesn't really matter whether you build it out of stone or metal if you're going to skin it anyway. The only thing that, of course, changes is the durability, but reasonably, if you're building it up here in PvE, you're not going to get that much damage on your base, so you should probably be fine. But yeah, I'm quite happy with the way this one turned out. I really like the balance of the different colors that are going on in here. So yeah, hope that you guys like the build as well. And as I said before, if you want to see a full build tutorial on this one, please let me know down in the comments below. I probably will be making one for this, because yeah, I just really enjoyed jumping back into another modern build. I know a lot of people always want these, and of course I do a bunch of big bases, but sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of a smaller design. Maybe this is something that you can use to get started with before eventually moving on to one of the bigger bases that I design, or of course one of the bigger bases you build yourself. But yeah, it should be a nice little house to get you started. Whether you only use it as a starter base or you need some room to grow, because obviously, I mean, an industrial forge and stuff like that isn't going to be in your starter base, but just wanted to go with the little bit of the modern vibe, right, using these a little bit more advanced structures. But yeah, I do think it makes for a pretty nice base. And yeah, that is it. So let me know if you want to see the build tutorial, and if you enjoyed the video, of course, make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see you again in the next video or stream. For now, goodbye.